Lulu!
Because he's a try-hard champion. Now here's the way we're going to look at champ select here at All-Star. There are levels of try-hard with certain picks. If you log in a Lulu, you are really trying to win. Big time. If you go like team or something, you're obviously having a bit more fun.
Yeah,
there's different levels.
It's really interesting because during preseason, a lot of these guys have put in a lot of time because they have time to relax and just practice up. And they have identified some extremely strong individual picks, but how much of it is that they just want to have fun as well? And as Bjergsen said,
help us
entertain
understand
the fans.
What are these extremely strong picks on 523?
Okay, so Kindred's already up there, so that's a freebie. But also Mundo and Quinn, extremely strong right now as far as junglers go. AD carries. Misfortune has risen really high in the ranks.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite there before.
We see a lot of Tristana as well over in Europe. Get the double, crit item, static shift, and rapid fire, and you go completely nuts on 3 items.
Somebody's going to take Vayne.
This is still, I mean, we're just banning away some of the boring champions on the side of Team Ice here. I was going to say Team Europe, but it's like, you know what? It's both.
Well, it's a European
It is Team
All-Stars
Ice.
representing Team Ice, but
Man, I'm going to have to keep you guys in
we've
check.
got this great position where we can actually see the players' screens, and Anivia was being practiced by Froggen.
Oh, really?
And the desk was
wow.
talking about him
Well,
being
that's
banned.
great.
Come on, first pick, Froggen, Anivia.
No.
Why not?
So
First pick is Huni.
I walked by Froggen before the show today, and he told me straight up, he's not going to play any of the boring champions. Now, obviously, Anivia is not boring for him, but he might consider it too OP almost to play in this mode here. He wants to beat NA, something a little bit more fun. We could maybe see, what could Froggen play in mid?
Speaking of fun, we saw the Team Fire streaming ranked 5s games last night, and they had Jungle Bard, AD Carry, Poppy, so
Jungle Lucian at some
But
point.
is that just for everybody to enjoy, or do you think they're actually going to pull that out? I mean, come on, Koblar. What do you think?
I know Jungle Bard.
It's funny. I think the first couple picks will tell it because so far the bans are
These are legit.
They're towing the line with the bans. These are definitely competitive bans for preseason on patch 5.23. All of these champions are extremely strong.
Goes through. She's still okay. There we go. She gets banned. She's very strong as well. We have seen this one before. That was also a first pick, wasn't it?
Huni bringing real life memes here to the All Stars with the Cassiopeia, but they don't do it. So try hard. Whatever you said, this is try hard start here for Team Ice.
It is. I mean, we don't know if it's going to be Jungle Elise. Could obviously go different lanes, but I expect it. It is amazing.
It's amazing.
It's a German humor. We lock in. Champions like Elise.
Hilarious.
There's not even a doubt in my mind that Amazing's going to play that. But for both of these teams having a little bit of fun. Jax is still up. Rageblade users are still very, very happy on this patch.
But this is the patch where we introduced 300 gold cost increase for the Rageblade. It is still very strong, though.
It's just such a weird item to play with because it goes to be like 60% gold efficient when you have it in 0 stacks, like 180% when it's fully stacked. So unless you use that window properly, you don't really do too much with it. And I think the professional players will know how to play around it. Then again, we might get a very bloody game, and then you keep the stacks going, you can just keep rolling over people.
I certainly hope we do. But
that is try-hard as well.
Picks and bet. Look, this is legit. These guys are playing to win. There is a lot of bragging rights on the line.
Still, there it is.
Okay.
Classic Meteos.
I like it.
Back when Cloud9 just dominated North America.
And basically, he didn't learn anything the whole year. He's just playing the same old. I mean, that's fine. I understand it. I respect it. Amazing is doing the same, so we can't really say too much about the junglers here.
Well, we're going to have to say something about the rest of Team Ice's picks because they're still toying with the few options. Lucian, very strong. Essence Reaver first. Start ice skating around is the term the Australians used a lot during IWCA.
And that's the thing about these AD carries now. This is still the patch where you can do both static shift and rapid fire. So that's 60% crit. Combine that with Essence Reaver or with Infinity Edge. So either you have the insane damage or you have the 4% CDR. Like, AD carries on 3 items are so strong. Lucian is definitely one of the top picks. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it?
I'm watching Froggen's screen. He's not hovering over lock yet.
Is it too easy for him just to log in and
He should do it. He should do it.
Of course. You're
a signature champion on day 1. Well, Kasing's going to play another signature, and I think we're in for a very serious game here.
Yes.
Team Ice have got themselves a great composition to pick off champions in skirmish.
Yeah, Kalista is a little bit different now because Hurricane obviously offers crit, less attack speed, and so on. So we might see him go more like Infinity Edge Hurricane. As the ability, you rely more on critting. But it's still a very strong pick, and obviously, she still offers all the utility she had before.
Yeah, play the Ruin King first also. popular with some of the crowd still. This bottom lane, though, so much versatility here. Team Ice have already locked in really scary early game, and a lot of dive potential as well with that Elise.
And it's smart. I mean, we are currently in a meta where games are a little bit faster. There's more gold coming in, getting down these towers, really start to snowball. So get a strong early game, and also try and tilt the North American team.
Well, they didn't insta-lock that Cassiopeia, so we're fine.
He can still insta-lock it. It just has Kasing needs to do it for him, then he can swap.
Could do it later.
They could put that Thresh somewhere else, but for Team Fire, they know at least one of their solo lanes is going to get counted. And for Huni
All right.
and for Froggen, they know they're going to be up against Bjergsen Syndra.
Yeah.
First pentakill of the EU LCS in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
Back when you were still relevant,
First
Deficio.
game we won. That was the
Technically,
very
it was the
first game.
second or third game he was playing, though. Because you did lose
It
one
was,
of them on stage.
but that ruins the story.
Everyone forgets that.
Yeah,
fact.
it's a lot better just say we were
Get to the story here.
0-9.
This
He
is
jumps in, he comes on stage, 17 years old, gets a pentakill, we win the first game, and we won like 4 games in a row, and everyone was super happy.
What I'm
and then
saying-
we weren't relevant and got relegated anyway. Who cares?
Yes, who cares about ancient
You just said
times?
you wanted to hear the story.
Right now, Team Fire, they have so much pick potential. Bard is insane right now with the mobility that he has and being able to build the Spell Thieves into Frost Queens. Once you get Frost Queens, it's guaranteed picks with your team because Bard has so much mobility. You can follow up on those slows. And Zac and Syndra, some of the longest range engage that you can have in the game right now.
All right, very biased.
There's a lot of
Calm down, NA
But we
Kobe.
saw so much
potential.
cool Bard down from IWCA.
It is a great
and we'll
pick.
see what
It's a great
Afrobu's
pick.
going to do with it. But it is going to be Jax in the top lane, so we are
Okay.
going to see that Rage Blade in Huni's hands. And Froggen on screen, he's ecstatic because he's got Bird is the word. Team Ice
Yep.
and Nivea, Freljord, it's meant to be.
Froggen's Anivia versus Bjergsen Syndra. This is a matchup for the ages. And Dyrus Singe! There it is.
Okay. We're really going to see for the EU team here. I mean, this is really just camp for Huni. Get the Jax rolling against the Singe, who's not running Flash, up in that top lane. And then you have so much pick potential as well, and a split pusher compared to what the North American team here is bringing.
As they said, playing for the fans.
Gonna quote Krepper from the analyst desk. It'll be the first time that Amazing's gonna gank for Dyrus.
Yeah.
We're going to see it, and we'll see whether or not Camp Dyrus is the way to win.
And also, for the viewers who have recently tuned into League of Legends, Dyrus was always known as a Singe main, spamming the laugh even pre-season, before even Season 1.
Yeah.
He was a Singe as well as a Jax player, so he'll be able to know the matchup on both sides.
Well, on this patch, I much prefer the Jax.
Singe is actually pretty strong on this patch as well. Trevor.
Yeah. Singe got a few buffs also some patches ago
Trevor.
coming into this.
Rod of Ages is extremely
That-
strong right now.
I'm
and
really
that
going to
is-
see an A
Rylai's is still good.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of good stuff working for Dyrus.
If he goes Rylai's and Rod of
I'd love
Ages,
to see that.
he might just get completely destroyed. Like 2 seconds into the team fight, into the gank, he's just dead.
Also, Dyrus is immune to tilting when playing Singe, so we'll see who gets the
How
better
can you say that? How is that even a
All right,
bad
first of all,
thing?
this is
That's not even
all-star. You
defensible.
can't tilt here.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You can always just go out
Everybody's
after and say,
having
hey,
fun.
I was just having fun. Yes, 0-10, I flashed into the wall. It's okay. It's all part of the joke. And then it's okay. Nobody's going to blame you.
I like that. Everyone's got an opt-out.
Uh-huh.
Opt-out
Yes.
if you do those wall flashes.
Except for the European players if they lose.
We did have a client crash on stage, guys, so we're just going to get everybody back into the matchup and then get this picks and bans underway. Team Ice, I think it got a little bit more of a legit team comp, but I think if Afro's Bard can pull off some of those sick roam, get Bjergsen up
yes,
as well.
the Afro Bard plus the Meteos Zac is really, really strong at ganking mid lane. And teams that gank around mid lane for Bjergsen have a lot of success in North America. And we're currently in North America.
Oh, wouldn't you say had? Wouldn't
All right, true.
past
True
tense be a
enough.
little bit more applicable? But yeah, Picks and Bans is up and running. The guys are going to run through that as quickly as possible. But I mean, Deficio, I saw a little bit of doubt there when you're looking at Team Fire's
Oh, you're getting a
team
little worried there?
composition there. You're a little nervous.
I mean, it does have potential. I'll say it so much. It has potential. I think it's pretty bad compared to the European one.
But
I don't
isn't
want
this bias? Isn't this bias? Aren't you just saying that because you're a shoutcaster?
Ignore the
LCS?
teams. Ignore the teams, okay? Just look at the champions. EU has the best comp. But that doesn't mean
Ignore the
anything.
teams. EU as the
Yeah,
best
some people
card.
know. Okay, the team on the left side. You're not gonna say it like that.
Hey, take a deep breath, guys. You're getting a little excited here. Explain yourself to Fish. You can't just say they have a better
Okay,
comp.
okay. I think Darius is gonna die like probably 100 times,
Okay.
and that's obviously gonna mean that.
That's
Looney-
due to the team comp, right?
Yeah, dude, team comp. That's the team comp, guys. Come on, Amazing's looking at us right now. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, getting a bit of an awkward look here from Mr.
Now Hooney
Stuckenschneider.
as well, man. We never been
By the
so
way,
close to
can
the
you
players.
can you actually say amazing surname?
Stuckensnyder?
Nice.
That's good.
nice. I
That's
like
good.
that.
That's good.
Best surname LCS.
My last name is Kensler.
Yeah, that's easy. That's not
Yeah, but
impressive at all.
It's German.
Yeah, it was.
why so-
Was at some point. I don't think that counts anymore.
Does it, Kobe?
As soon as you migrate.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be loading on the rift very, very shortly. The champions are locked in. Jump onto Twitter. Let us know who you think is actually going to be victorious for this first one.
Yeah.
There is 100 points on the line. Every one of these 5v5 rift matchups that is not a fun mode is worth 100 points. Come on! I'm getting animated.
we're in it.
Remember the hashtags. Come on,
We're
Trevor.
backing you
No,
up.
I can't remember.
Okay,
What are the
hashtag-
hashtags?
Team Ice, hashtag Team Fire. Or is it just Ice win or Fire win?
There we go. See, second bar. You nailed
okay.
it.
Go on Twitter.
Deficio sucks at
Ice win. Hashtag Ice win.
He absolutely sucks at
You
hashtags.
said he was going to fumble it.
Yeah.
I did, and you were going to pick it up, and you didn't. What's the help, Kobe?
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. For the first match on the
Ah,
rift.
there it is. Okay.
By the way, these are
Hashtag
all,
ice
look at
win.
this.
Yeah.
Team Ice
see it.
is even synchronizing their skin choice, color,
Coordination.
theme. I mean, they are taking this very
Everything
seriously.
about this says try hard, right?
That's what we expect.
You could see North America try to join, also had the ice skins, and then Darius ruined everything in the very end.
This is a lot of bragging rights on the line. And we are on Summoner's Rift 5.23 for All-Stars 2015.
And
Let's
now,
take a look. Nothing really surprising from your starting items.
no, seems fairly standard. Hooney definitely looking to be aggressive, but now we got to see, is anyone going to lane swap? Are we just going to say, no, we do standard lanes,
Well,
get the 2v2, get the one-on-one, and try and play it up more normal?
looks like they are going to go get deep vision right now. So
Both teams.
Come on.
the same. This is what we saw at Worlds.
We had a fantastic discussion about the perfect level 1 comp. And Anivia was in there quite a lot when we talked about that.
yeah.
But there's not going to be a level 1, sadly, because they're running away from each other.
I mean, Bard is pretty strong in level 1 as well. In case there was a fight. Not gonna happen. So standard invade.
Oh, well, you say that now. Defensive ward was placed by Fire. They
Oh,
might see
they're
Team
gonna be
Ice run
spotted.
through the river here. If they stay in the brush, they can have the
Oh, they've got to do it. They've got to do it.
advantage.
Why would Ice go back into their own jungle here? They didn't even place a single ward in the jungle.
Yeah. There's the emote.
They
I
don't
like
want
the
it.
double lift. Come on, fight.
They're gonna sneak
fight.
in. Their spot is still. There's a ward in the river. They've seen everything.
Oh, baby.
We're gonna get a fight.
No, I'm not hopeful.
I mean, come on. They're all behind the
I'm
enemy
not
line.
hopeful.
There will be a fight unless they all recall right now.
Yes.
Do it.
Hide in the
Do
bush.
it. Come on, Hooney.
Did,
Hooney's
did they
baiting
see
it.
him? I don't
It's
think
too
not.
obvious.
Grump is spawning in.
They're waiting for him to start it.
Okay, so let's see. Yurchen's going to be a little late.
Trevor, you still think there's going to be no fight?
They are gonna recall. Ah, they missed
Yes, they've missed every skill shot. Look.
Froggen hit. Froggen hit.
Blue buff got picked up by Amazing. And then everyone like walks away.
it. All right, 1-0 to Europe.
Yeah, they got the buff.
Team
dude.
Ice with a successful invade here.
Level 1 strats, OP.
I have to say, though, Zach, not too sad about his blue buff being taken. Doesn't hurt him too much.
Favoritism. Well, I'm going to see a little bit of a trade yet. Double and Afro.
Zoning him off.
The best friends club.
Ow!
Sing, Reckless, going to move in yet. Double Lift's getting a lot of damage onto Kasing.
This is two ex-girlfriends of Double Lift fighting.
Not connect.
Double Lift got experience there, though. They were zoning them and hovering on experience range, so he gets the early level, too.
Hey! Hooney's in trouble. Come on, Darius, chase him down.
Isn't spammed to laugh yet. Darius
Get
not
that-
tryharding
Get
yet.
that poison trail out. He's burned through his mana. He's in trouble, boys.
Yeah.
Remember as well, teleport now is 300-second cooldown no matter where you go. So obviously it's a nerf summon. It's supposed to be extremely strong here in 5-on-5. And as the teams have shown, we're not just fooling around in this 5-on-5.
No.
Again, 100 points and it's Pride, of course. Rooney,
Of course.
bit of a spy, secret agent. We're not too sure. Technically in North America, but now playing for Europe still.
It's competitive research.
Maybe he went over Learned a bit from NA Solo Queue, where you obviously can learn so much.
Ah, yes.
And then he brings it on stage here.
I'm looking forward to seeing the quotes that come out next year. Huni at Madrid for saying he just wants to prove EU's better at MSI, and then now playing in NA.
And he did.
Interesting.
And he did.
Amazing. Trying to camp bottom lane here. For Kasing and Reckless. Seen by the ward, though.
So these lane matchups, Dyrus is obviously just looking to farm. Down bottom, kind of feel like if someone gets caught by CC from a support, they're in trouble, but there's a lot of tools to deal with that CC.
Well, I think you're going to see at least here this tournament.
If they go for this dive, because it's pretty risky right now. I don't think they would want to try that too
A little bit too early, but playing just for farming doesn't really count here. We're going to see a lot of action in the lanes. Dyrus double Dorans as well. I mean, you're never going to let the Jax just sit and farm. You obviously want to go and try and trade with him, and if you do spot Amazing, Meteors can always come up, you fling him back, and you do have a lot of room to gank.
Yeah. Again, I really want to highlight the mid lane, though, because Anivia is so slow, slowest champion in the game. And Syndra plus Zac, a lot of early CC there. They can make it happen. So the deep ward, that Amazing placed when he went to go for that invade, is actually paying off a lot right now. You can see that's why Froggen is hovering on the top side, because Meteos walked over that ward. Amazing place.
See him.
Cocoon being held there by Amazing. Froggen gets chunked out by Bjergsen. Not a whole lot comes from that one. Still potions for Froggen to play with, so he's going to at least regen back up.
I want to see if we get Frost Queens play him here in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I've seen it on Anivia. There's basically a decision you have to make. Do you want Rod of Ages first and then you want the Frost Queens? Or do you want the Frost Queens to get the gold running early on? You can still get a Rod of Ages later because it also gives more base AP, so it's not as bad to get it and then stack it later on in the game. And also, obviously, it helps you a lot when you have to avoid the ganks, get the spooky ghost, 40% slow and so on.
The ghosts are great for setting up these hard-to-land skill shots. So it does help Anivia a bit more than Syndra, because Syndra's stun is pretty easy to land. It's so fast. And especially an experienced player like Bjergsen should be able to land it pretty easily. But Froggen can set up the Anivia skill shots very easily with the slow that are usually really hard to land.
Due to the fact we have two mid laners with no extra mobility, again, the ghost will be even more effective to time it. Meteors flying in or Amazing with Cocoon, it's so easy to land on 40% slow. And then you just basically win that one-on-one or 2v2 very, very easily.
So first invade here after the laning phase is played out for about 5.5 minutes. He's got a really large lead. Double lift and Afro shoved in.
That dive.
This is the mid lane dive and mid lane ganks you were talking about, Kobe. But they've got to get through Egg as well as Froggen's life bar.
And we also have Amazing going to the top side here. He's not doing
Oh,
anything.
missed!
Going in!
Froggen is going to flash away. He gets egged under the tower. Meteos continues to tank it up. The Thunderlords procs. Froggen is about to regen. Flash forward, but it won't be enough. Bjergsen gets first blood. It's North America.
And he's coming down from
Striking
top lane,
first.
too. They got to run.
Repel up. Amazing. Sinks the fangs. Gets one. Cocoon doesn't find a target. Flash. Leap. Hooney's now got one, but here comes Double Lift. He's looking for the Light Slinger. He's got a kill. It's North America in a 2-for-2. Kasing, no Kaching. Death sentence. Oh! Flies over the wall, and he pulls Hooney. Flash forward. Leap comes out. They're continuing to chase. 4 kills in less than a minute. But Hooney taking a current shot. Double Lift has got his double kill. And that's it.
So in the end, it was the first gang from North America to get the kill on the tower, use flashes.
In the mid lane.
In the mid lane, Kobe, you predicted everything. Did you predict the 4 kills after or 3 kills later?
The early roam from Double Lift, that is not what we used to see from Double Lift. He roams up really early, gets a bunch of kills for his trouble as well. Reckless did get more CS down there, but big cash in there for Team Fire and North America.
Ooh. So first pick up for Bjergsen is that Frost Queen's Afro.
He's dead.
He is just a dead kitten.
Golden rule for supports. If you don't have your flash, bring a friend if you want to place any ward.
I don't know,
Across the river.
Bard doesn't really play by the rules since he has so much mobility. Sometimes
I
I mean, it
should've.
doesn't really
Sometimes
matter.
Sometimes if you don't
If
play
you
by
walk
the rules,
straight
you
into
die.
it. So Kasing
Oh, it's a blind
holds
hook.
on with the Mad Life, gets double lift, and then it's just fighting on the turret.
Yeah, he baited his teammate here. Quite. Hooney goes in to tower range there for 2 tower shots.
He just likes passive, right?
No, he used his passive
Really?
on the tower dive,
Okay,
so he
okay.
was on the front lines there just...
Like a man.
Just soaking.
yeah,
Just soaking it up.
All right, and with all of that, Dyrus was farming as well on the
Yep.
top side, so Huni going to have a little bit of trouble. He did get 1 kill for his trouble, so...
If Huni's going to have a little bit of trouble, Reckless and Kasing are going to have a heap of trouble. BF Sword,
A BF trouble.
a BF amount of trouble. Meteos has even snuck his way down
Oh,
here.
Kasing is
Wiglet
dead.
bounce. Kasing just gets jumped on. And he's going to get dropped. Reckless doesn't have access to the ultimate. Doublelift is going to land a lot of shots of the culling.
Yeah. The damage from the Spell Thief's Bard here with the combo. One
And what do you
auto
take
attack,
from that?
eat
His
drop the
damage?
Thunder Lords. Yeah, man.
Dude,
no.
did you see that coordination? That's why they played rank 5 yesterday.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the pink one in the river. Aphromoo was standing there waiting, so he wasn't in lane. So Europe felt like, okay, fairly safe, we can maybe shove it out, we don't have to worry. And then suddenly he just moves over, jumps over the wall, Zac comes in. Great coordination.
right here.
Well, Bjergsen gets caught by the cocoon. Frogger needs to land a stun as well. Bjergsen is in a lot of trouble. Teleport comes out from Darius. Scatter the weak. Sends Amazing to safety. He's on just over 100 HP, but surrounded. Froggen finds the stun onto Darius. Amazing's continuing to run. The cocoon comes out. Ignite burns through, and Froggen's got his first of the
More
game.
people.
Now he's in trouble. The wall will slow Aphromoo, but there's so many North American players around. And it's Bjergsen, 3-1.
Europe is sitting in the lanes farming. Huni's gonna hit the tower, Rick is gonna push the bottom lane, but it's North America again just roaming instantly. Getting all the kills. And Huni, yes, you get a tower. That's 4-0 for Doublelift now.
So about this European team composition
I don't know about
being
Zac solo.
so much better. Meteos is going to bounce up and down, trying to get some damage onto Huni, but he saves the tower for at least a few more seconds. Oh, Huni is desperately trying to shove it in.
North America just plays better as a team. Not the team comp. Like, look at the map. They got
Even you've got excuses.
Yeah,
they
you were saying that North America was
I'm
slow.
praising North America here. They practiced yesterday, clearly paid off. Look at the defensive pink wards in the river, the coordination we have seen,
Oh, yeah.
the communication for
So
the
much
team.
backpedaling here.
Yeah.
I'm getting
I mean-
dizzy. Whoa.
We are in North America. Europe is sleeping right now. We might as well jump on that one.
Oh, wow. Got a little bit of pie on your face and feeling sensitive there, Deficio.
Uh-oh.
Well, Bjergsen gonna get ganked here once again. You can see if the stun can find either Amazing or Froggen.
Told you that
There
fast
it is,
queen.
man.
There you go. There's Ice
Ah,
Ghost.
that one I predict.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
get
that-
one,
okay,
I get one.
okay.
Okay, Trevor, where's yours?
I don't need to predict. You're the smart guy.
He did. He predicted the Anivia.
debatable.
Yeah. I learned my lesson before Worlds.
Dyrus, though.
Now
Might die
let's
for
see.
a pink ward.
Death sentence. Will it find? Kasing actually holds on to it. Decides against flinging it out. And Dyrus has got himself a Haunting Guy's first item. So
Interesting.
where that goes. Not the Rylai's yet.
No.
Not the Rod yet either. Disappointing us,
Yeah,
Dyrus.
no tier either. Changing up everything. I mean, Leandry's Torment with Rylai's is super strong. Like, there's a lot of damage if you ever chase him. A lot of, obviously, extra CC coming in, a soft CC with the slow. So that might be the build path he's aiming for.
You know, I'm actually impressed down on the bottom side of the map that, Reckless is able to keep up this CS lead versus Doublelift.
Well, he's kind of been farming the
With the
lane
4
while
kills.
Doublelift were roaming.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Doublelift hasn't been in the lane for
yeah, he's just been
3
running
minutes
it.
of.
Yeah, but
well,
then when you return to lane to be able to keep that CS lead as Kalista versus Lucian.
Always just push it out. Doublelift returns. He's very greedy, obviously getting everything he wants.
Wow, that damage.
I guess Aphromoo has been doing a lot of roaming as well.
And Aphromu's got access to the ultimate, whereas Kasing is still waiting for level 6. There's some
Baiting.
support down bottom. Great use of the magical journey. And even gets away with a swagger.
Still, though, again, it's North America. Every time they try and make a play, they have like guys roaming from other lanes. Bjergsen was moving down. Meteos was there from the jungle. They're always just in a numbers advantage. And Europe is just trying their luck, trying, okay, to pull the trigger, see if we can get something, and then suddenly North America's there with like 4 guys.
So Dragon number 1 looks to be uncontested as Europe is late to the party.
And I want to see now also, with some of the new changes to Vision, obviously Sidestone is only now 3 charges on your ward.
Yeah.
How do teams use it properly? Because if you want to ward your lane, you suddenly only have like 1 or maybe 2 wards you can place in the enemy jungle. So suddenly that is a big decision you have to make. Do you want to use all 3 wards in the enemy jungle and get them as deep as possible to get more information?
Yeah, that game does completely change once people start hitting level 9 and they pick up the blue trinket, though. This is pre-blue trinket nerf.
Yeah.
So I would expect to see a lot of
Huni
Oh,
is
Dyrus!
just dumpstering Dyrus.
So,
Rage Blade
Rage
complete,
Blade.
and he instantly goes
Yeah.
for the all-in.
Get your 8 stacks and just take the trade. Nobody can deal with the Jax. You need to CC him, you need to kite him around, and then burst him down. Huni's just gonna split push all day long.
Now look at the bottom lane though. We did see Bjergsen roaming. They take the tower down bottom and steal away a red buff. So North Americans for Team Fire cement control of the bottom half of the map. And of course, Huni's going to get some damage on the inner turret before recalling.
Yeah, it's the vision also pretty
Maybe.
much mirrors exactly that control you're talking about.
They're going to go in. Reckless is dead.
Wait,
Reckless is dead.
Can we see a good Bard
that your
ultimate though?
prediction?
Let's find out. Let's bounce. Reckless flashes away.
He's dead. He's
and
dead.
they back away. They should have gone for it. I thought they were going to dive
went
after
for
seeing
it.
the mid lane play.
They got a flash, Trevor. You got
They
that
did,
much
they
flash.
did.
They got the flash. And now, once again, Doublelift
Wow.
is the bully.
Death Sentence not going to find a target. Doublelift is just using the culling on cooldown.
That did cost Huni his teleport there, even though it was canceled. Dyrus does now have teleport advantage.
Oh yeah, this guy's in the game.
So at this point, I do commend them for going for Rift Herald just because, yes, I will always choose an outer turret over Rift Herald if you have the choice. But the top outer turret's already down, so.
Interrupts Meteos.
Well, the about getting the Rift Herald here is the fact that obviously Huni's lane is going to push so effectively. It's going to be harder for Dyrus to wave clear. So if he can stay top and push it in, it's fine. But you just gave up a bot lane tower. NA can now swap Doublelift to the top side, and then suddenly that doesn't matter.
And Deficio, the hashtags that you set up so nicely at the beginning of the day
Only messed them up a
are
few times.
favoring Team Fire. 69% of the vote.
Yeah, 'cause it voted after
you did
14
tip.
minutes.
And also because a lot of Europe is asleep, probably. But
Yeah, thanks.
remember Team Fire, they do have a lot of pick potential, especially with Bjergsen going to Frost Queen. So if they try and roam up here through the Fog of War on the top side of the map, they can't attack Huni. Huni, no flash right now.
And I also want to see how the trinkets play out. From IWCA, we saw a number of teams running 4, sometimes even 5 of the blue trinkets. So
That would be bad.
I want to find out.
You could do 4. You could do 4. You need Oracle Lens. You need one of those. And then obviously, because late game, the problem is when you have the 6 items, you can't buy any pings. So there's no way for you to deny vision other than obviously the blue trinkets you can see. Perfect.
Heard you like
Recall
fools
animation.
in the river.
Well, Meteos going full tank support build right now. Cinderhulk got the Sightstone versus the Runeglave's Sightstone from Amazing. No real front line on the EU side, so they're very, very reliant on picks and
Yeah.
numbers advantage.
That is really a big problem. When you have to rely basically on Huni right now to split pushing all the way to victory, but you have lost the other lanes, especially the bot side where 2 towers is down. Remember, again, the average level of the team and tower advantage will make minions stronger in those lanes. So suddenly you might have minions in bot lane just constantly pushing down, and then you lose so much map control, and then Huni can't really push up to the tier 2 tower. So like, putting all your eggs in his basket here might not work smart.
Well, yeah, Team Fire actually, they're opting into trading objectives right now, even though they're so far ahead. And Team Ice will be happy to trade outer turrets and just trade global gold right now, since they are a bit behind.
I mean, this is what you want to see in solo queue, right? If one guy is losing his lane,
If you're on the losing side.
if you're on the losing
yeah.
side, right, go to somewhere else on the map where you might be winning or you should be winning. Play on that side, get some towers down, double it with the 4 early kills, just constantly moving around, killing towers, abusing how strong Illusion is, the try-hard pick, obviously.
The tryhard.
Team Ice are happy to trade, and they're going to
Well,
continue trading
how
here. as
long-
Fire go for 2.
How long does this continue? No one from Europe or Team Ice is back yet. They're about to take down the tower, but it's North America and Team Fire
It is a
that
Jack
has the
Rage
advantage. And it's Team Fire that's actually backing away first.
Oh, he stopped the recall.
Recall animations were coming. I think Bjergsen made it back.
Team Ice definitely come out ahead
Yeah,
in
again,
that.
it's a Jack
Look at
Wave
this.
play who's going nuts on the tower. Wave plays here from Bjergsen, not enough.
Are they going
Dyrus
to
is
stick
behind
around?
them.
Stun only hits Amazing. We're only 17 minutes into the game. The rest of North American Team Fire are here. Dyrus could get in behind Team Ice. Huni is in trouble.
Oh, they
but
missed
the
time.
Cosmic Binding does not connect. Huni is going to get away for a few seconds longer. Bjergsen is going to let Ignite do the damage as Dyrus flings Amazing backwards. The repel comes up, but what goes up must come down. He flashes away.
Oh!
Meteos has the mechanics.
Practice for you 1 year just for that one flash.
Hashtag worth. EU open up the base of North America, but they lose another outer turret and 3 in the process.
Yep, Froggen will be slow to rotate over here towards mid lane. And Fire can keep up the pressure as they call in Meteos as well.
Now, we're going to go way, way back to when Froggen held off Gambit for the better part of 12 years.
I feel like we
On a
always
Nivea?
say that when we have a Nivea and Froggen.
Well,
That's
now it has to happen.
every
Now
game.
it's relevant. Now it's relevant.
Well,
game.
this
Because
is
it has to
this is
happen.
this is probably the hardest patch to do that on ever in League of Legends, as the average game time has dropped down for among challenger players to around 25 minutes. Very difficult to hold off, but doing his darndest. Team Fire though, they'll easily take that sense. Death timers have been increased during this period. 18 minutes in, they'll be able to get the second dragon pretty easily.
And the funny thing is, Dragon, if we mentioned the fact, we just mentioned how games are faster, 25 minutes or whatever, like 5 dragons should never happen.
No.
So in a game like this, it's basically get the first one for the buff, and then you don't really need anything
Yeah.
else. Unless it's right there and you have nothing else to do, you can grab it.
There is something to be said for denying just the first one to
Exactly,
the other
yeah.
team, so there still is that. But you definitely have to be a bit more cautious about what you're giving up. What's the opportunity cost of taking, Dragon 2 and 3?
But if you are North American now, I mean, we're only 19 minutes in. We have like so many towers down. Double got his rapid fire now.
Ooh.
Might go for static shift as the third one and then just have 80% crit like insane. He's going to get the 40% cooldown reduction as well.
Yeah. And the other thing, Double with the super fire heads,
Oh, well,
he's
30%
getting to,
cooldown.
he's getting to his build really quickly. Bjergsen also, by going this Frost Queens right into Void Staff build, it's a really, really early spiking build. So Bjergsen's also going to have a lot of early power here on Syndra.
And it really is one of the
There's
key
the
things.
first part of the pick, and he
Things
missed.
side steps, so. Kasing dodged, actually. I'll have you know.
He was slowed, so
So he dodged.
I give, it's like time goes to the runner. I give the credit there. Oh, he's just going to find nothing.
Oh, this is bad for Huni. He's
And
still-
amazing.
He's so far
surrounded.
behind.
The rest of Team Fire not following up on this.
Yeah, look at the middle. I think Reckless may be in trouble this time around. Bjergsen is going to find the stun. He unleashes his power. And that's a kill. Froggen will at least crystallize off the wall from Dyrus. Stun still hits Bjergsen, as does the Cosmic Binding. Now Froggen's in trouble. I think he's got egg. If it gets
does.
popped, Dyrus will get caught by the cocoon, and Froggen throws out one more flash frost. The culling eggs him. Body block comes up from Kasing and Huni. They do not throw Froggen to the wind, but Reckless, now he dies.
Again, though, North America is playing so well around the pink wards. They always have a few down on the map. They know where to be with them. Bjergsen is sitting hiding in the bush with the pink. And then you just catch someone near the
Oh,
Baron.
this does
They're
not
going to do it
work.
again. Exactly the same.
Let's find out. This is a 5-on-3. Meteos is going to find the slingshot, slows Meteos, slows Froggen down. Froggen with the double lift and kills him. 1 for 1. And EU, they are in trouble.
The heat of the moment, you get the double damage from Q.
And
you
they get the
smack
bounty.
him down.
And
Got
they
the
get the
bounty.
bounty.
True, global bounty for
Yep.
the team.
Go look
Makes a
for
goal.
the silver lining here if you're a Team Ice or EU fan.
Fair enough.
We got the Rylai's build for Dyrus as well. He's obviously not been able to split push a whole lot because of Huni.
Yeah, let's take a look. Huni, Counter-Strike is charging. That's a 4-man stun. Bjergsen's already down. The glacial path is up. Now Meteos is in trouble. He's going to look for the travel. Not going to find it. Gets blobulated. And Team Ice pick up 2 kills. I'm not sure that's a word, but I'll go with it.
So you have a Rage Blade Jax here. 21 minutes in. Baron is alive. You also have a Kalista.
Soon to be
And you have
Deathblade,
also
too.
Elite. I mean, you can go for Baron right here.
So this
Bjergsen
is-
is there for 20 seconds. 20 seconds on Meteors as well.
So this is just some overconfidence from NA, putting them in a position where they can get chunked. Death Sentence finds no one. Kasing's not having the most impact this game. Reckless has landed a few spears into Dyrus. They've split their attention. There goes the Tempered Fate. Afromu has stalled out the Baron. I think enough to reset the spears from Kalista. They're going to focus it down. Baron secured by Amazing as Froggen is playing distraction duty. And all of a sudden, Europe closed the gold gap.
Yeah, right now, Fire are just trying to delay them to get more damage on the bottom turret because there's a huge wave from Team Fire taking it out a bit. Huni does get off the Baron Empowered Recall to go clean up a lot of that money. It is at half, though.
So about these team comps, guys. There we see it. Now we see it.
No, that was a play call right there.
It
that
was, that's true.
That was North America trying to shove up with double if dead, 4-man, and then Huni goes in with the flash 4-man stun. Bjergsen's down. That's both carries for Team Fire already dead, so there's no chance. It's every man for himself, and they try and run for the hills.
Team coordination is the constant.
Ah, okay.
Well played from Europe to serve it, get the Baron. Still very, very even. And double is super strong. Bjergsen can one-shot someone.
Froggen can one-shot someone as well.
I feel like a lot of people here can one-shot each other.
Everybody can one-shot everybody.
One guy gets caught out and suddenly he's dead.
So many shots, eh?
Look at Huni split pushing down the bottom lane. He's got teleport up, and it's a little challenging as NA's wave clear.
It's
not in that
gonna
bottom lane.
have to be a one-shot on Huni because with Gunblade plus Rageblade, he has so much sustain. If you let him auto-attack,
Sorry
Froggen's
to
down.
interrupt you. All of a sudden, Froggen's the one that's caught down.
Afro
Is looking for the stun. The Cosmic Binding finds no one. Friend will not be enough to secure a kill, but Huni found Dyrus. He's hammering away on the next, the inhibitor has secured it. Kasing finally finds a hook as Reckless is looking to kill Bjergsen. An auto attack from Kasing secures it. The Nexus turret is focused. Kasing goes on a journey, and it's not magical enough to find a kill, but a Nexus turret is down. You see Huni, he's jumped off the fountain. Double Lift is healing under the fountain. Is now Huni is going to empower those autos onto the second Nexus turret. The lead shut down onto Double Lift. Huni's still going. Now he's looking for the Globulator. Meteos is looking for the fight. Huni's Counter-Strike wears off, and Afro shuts him down. Europe are in the gold lead, and they've got another tower.
Again, it's this Jax here. Huni just split pushing. Dyrus can't do anything against him. Goes down. The base almost dead. There's one Nexus turret on what? 10% HP? It all looked good for NA though in the mid lane. Got the pick on Froggen. Then Afro went ham, he followed it.
Bjergsen and Afro missed a few skill shots there, and it went sour for them fairly quickly. Reckless strikes back, able to get some for himself.
Well, that's been the only thing he's done this game. I'm pretty sure the Play the Ruin King Hurricane as well is kind of outdated on Phyllis. I haven't done the math on it, but the fact that you get the crit now from
Even if you
Hurricane
had,
and so on-
I don't know if I'd trust your math.
Are you sure? It's fair. I go to Freak and say do math for me, and then I get all the numbers and I can say it.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the Rageblade, Gunblade combo.
Obviously no flash or anything. Slowed down and dead.
Dyrus picking the Singe for the fans. Not really working out as this game is played out.
The biggest difference was the mid-game shot calling there. North America had a giant lead.
And Team Com.
Yeah.
And
Seiko.
well,
also Double Lift going face-to-face with multiple EU carries.
yeah, that can be a bit of a problem.
True.
Can be a problem. And we are seeing NA. 4 blue trinkets, 1 red. Something we're seeing.
Yeah,
We saw
one
a lot
more.
more in IWCA.
Oh, the Guardian Angel picked up here for Huni. So he's going to have to be killed twice. Definitely a tall task, as
Great analysis,
Froggen
great
will be. Well, you kill him one time, he revives.
Oh, really?
Then what do?
Kill him again.
Ah, there you go.
Let's make it simple. Well, Team Fire looking
Well
for
done,
an
fellows.
opportunistic.
We should be proud about that one.
Yeah, that was high five.
High five. Yeah.
Come on, high five.
Well done.
Yeah,
well done.
high five. Nice.
Great.
That's teamwork there. Let's see if they can pick up this siege.
That's pretty good coordination, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't bad
Yeah, that
actually.
was
Nobody missed. I really thought we would. But Huni's going to take another inner turret. The rest of EU and Team Ice pushing through the middle lane. Meteos hanging out in the wings. That elastic
They
swing
gotta
shot.
go all in.
If they get a good engage, there is still hope here for North America.
Again, they can one-shot with Bjergsen. Double if. I mean, yeah, he can take someone down pretty quick as well.
So,
That's basically
the
damage.
death sentence finds Dyrus. Scatter the weak comes down. Dyrus is just butter.
He's retired.
Gets melted.
Oh.
Gets
Oh,
melted.
that's not wrong. He is.
True. By Team Ice. Flash Frost finds no one from Froggen in Europe. Flash Cocoon will trade flashes with Bjergsen. I call Worth with all the pick opportunities that EU has, and that's why it's Worth. Huni finds the kill.
Gold
it is
bird.
a golden bird of Anivia by Froggen. Afro Moo is taken out, and Europe, as well as Team Ice, are onto the spree. The Nexus will go down. 100 points
For
to the blue
Gryffindor.
side and Team Ice.
So both teams came in. I mean, it wasn't just all fun in the pick and ban phase. There were some very serious picks. We had like Lucian, obviously Nivea for Froggen, the Jax up top lane for Huni. I think we saw more coordination than I expected as well in the game. Like some of the ganks they were setting up and the way North America were using pink wards to create picks and so on. Definitely paid off with the practice yesterday.
Early game clearly in favor of NA.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But a little bit of bravado maybe in their positioning. Feeling overconfident. Some hugs all around there from Bajurgerson.
I wish he would hug me as well now. But never happened.
We're right here. He could come over.
He could come over,
He could, yeah.
but
But he's ignoring.
yeah, there is
over
a very
Bjergsen.
serious tournament that they need to start preparing for. Bjergsen will be playing in the 1v1 a little later today against Smurf from CIS. But yeah, Europe and Team Ice overcome the odds of the home crowd.
1-0.
1-0,
Got
100
it.
points. Now, the last time that happened at Battle of the Atlantic, despite winning 3 of the 5 series, EU still lost because of
yeah.
points.
You have to pay attention. You know, some matches are worth more than other matches. North America wins the ones that matter.
Well, this one did matter.
This did matter, and you lost.
It mattered.
Europe
Fair
has
enough.
struck first blood. Fact.
Congratulations.
Yay! Still a very fun game.
It was. It was
It was
really,
super entertaining.
and it was like you mentioned as well. There were a lot of kills. I think it was slightly over 1 a minute.
Yeah.
Teams playing a little fast and loose, maybe. at
A lot
certain
of roaming.
stages.
I like North America, the strategy here. Like, oh, it's a fight mid lane, roam. It's a fight top lane, let's run up top anyway. And just join in, man. Just be part of the fights. Work for double lift. Didn't work for North America.
The split pushing just got out of control. The Jax with Rage
Jax,
Blade
man. The team
talked
comp.
up for a big reason.
Yeah, but are we going to see Jax bans? Because it
Yeah, possibly.
trended that way.
I like the bans that they threw out.
We
this
saw
game.
on 522, we saw Fiora going through and Jax being banned out. After a
Yeah.
couple of games of seeing the Rage Blade, it was like, nope, don't want to deal with that. Change.
I mean, Fiora is still super, super strong. And you can do somewhat the same, just not as insane as the Jax here. But Fiora can also snowball and become the one-on-one monster, basically.
Could.
I mean, Jax could also snowball. He could also just die and do nothing.
All right, so we got a few points on the board. Next match will, of course, be the pick 10. But for now, we're going to head over to Dash.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. After our first victory here in the arena, going over to EU, I have to say, a little painful as an NA caster myself. But we're here standing by with amazing after that victory. I want to come to you first because when I spoke to Huni, he said you guys didn't do any practice and you're going to rely on individual skill. It ended up working out. If anything, what does that say about Team Fire and the fact that they have been practicing for this event?
I mean, NA, they didn't practice that much. It is ranked 5, you know, so I wouldn't rate it that highly, you know, their practice. But I think EU has a bit of talent there, you know. So we've been exporting pretty much, but we still have some left. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome.
Now, you're being too nice to Team Fire right now. Now, a lot of players, though, did look at this tournament, and certain ones were saying, well, it's going to be a very fun event. I'm going to try and pick out their champions. Others were saying, I don't care if it's All-Stars. I want to win. On which side of the fence are you? Because we saw a fair number of, you know, top-tier champions being picked up there in picks and bans.
Yeah, well, obviously tryharding, no, nah. It was like, you go on stage, you're like, I kind of want to troll. Kind of want to troll a bit, and then you see the other players, you stare them down, you're on the other side, and then you see it in their eyes, their competitive nature, and you just want to beat them.
What's that like? Because you guys, I mean, we've done in the round a couple times now, but here in this arena, extraordinarily close with each other. Are you sharing looks in the middle of the game and using some, like, intimidation tactics?
Obviously, I told Darius before the game that I was going to gank him, and I'm actually going to stare him down while ganking him. Didn't happen, but I still, like, kind of changed a bit of looks, you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah, definitely got to be intimidating. Well, a great start there by Team Ice. Thank you, amazing, for the interview. And we're going to send this back over to the desk to finish out the post-game analysis for that game.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's all-star. Amazing. It's all good. We also tried to interview Huni after as well, but he just sat in his chair and he was like, I made a horrible, horrible mistake after playing against that NA team. That's what happened.
I mean, the best performing members in this game were playing in the North American LCS.
Not yet.
You know, I mean, I'm happy, you know, regardless of the result. NA may have not won, but we actually did win.
Yeah, I mean, there's one player that really stands out in this series, and his North American LCS's own Huni. I mean, if Europe's gonna claim him in the first place, let's be real here. He was exactly as much claim as you guys do. So
You don't. Right
that's
now,
true.
you don't. It's all-star. It's still this season. He is playing for Team Europe. Let's take a look at what they decided to play with, though. Let's take a look at the team comps. Beforehand, Fisho was very adamant. It's actually the replay.
Yeah,
well,
we're
let's
actually
talk
going
about that
straight
instead.
into the Cloud Fiesta here in mid lane. Aframo did not want to lane with double lift, so that way he was constantly roaming, and it worked at the start. Some really good engage here, but Froggen managed to just buy enough time. And then eventually people joined in. Amazing. I actually like some of these plays here, dodges a couple things, but then the greed happens. Kassim will come in with like a blind hook later on. Very long play overall. But I kind of like the chaos, the accelerated gameplay. Chaos style. Monty sadly isn't here, so he can't really appreciate the genius of this, although Kassim should have played later.
Yeah, and this is where Huni, I thought he was batting for NA here. I was like, yeah, Huni, just jump back in there. Go, get him. And, oh.
Yeah, unlucky. Never lucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky. One thing I'm actually realizing now as we get into this game is, like, I feel like Meteos on this champion should be in every single fight, because when ice meets fire, all you get is a bunch of water. So, you know, Zach going to be kind of global, I think, in this tournament.
Or Steam, depending, you know,
yeah,
how far
depending how much fire comes in. But to be win more than one game.
Well, instrumental after that replay, as we see the team comp here as well, is we talked about the Anivia being picked up yesterday. Froggen was like, you think I'm not going to pick Anivia? And up against Syndra, but Bjergsen was so fed so early.
Yeah, Syndra does fall off, though. She suffers from problems where people get a little bit tankier, and then she has that mid-range, and then her wave clear is a little questionable. But at the same time, I honestly think that this Anivia is so hard to deal with. The wave clear, and when they were like going for the pushes on the other side, where it looked like it was going to be a base race, right? Yep. The Anivia just shows up and like, the wave's gone.
Hilarious.
But I love, actually, just in pure analysis, this matchup's very interesting. Just how it flows, because it's so dependent on the items. Froggen obviously went Mercury Threads into Athenes after his Rod of Ages because he was on to stack MR. Then Bjergsen had the new build where he goes for the tier 3 Spell Thieves, where you can actually proc the Spell Thieves procs even though you're lasting at the same time. Go for catch with Spooky Ghost. But then Bjergsen adapted to Froggen's build by rushing the Void Staff early. So it was actually like really smart from both players. Eventually, Froggen did outscale. Bjergsen couldn't find the picks. But overall, I liked NA's whatever team Ice Fire. Fire. I'm fired. But yeah, I should know this. I keep forgetting. I just like the roaming style they played. You know, especially Zach and Bard together, portals and jumping over walls. You can actually ward against that. I really like that what they're bringing to the table, but just not crisp enough, and then eventually...
Not crisp enough. Reflecting actually on his performance at Worlds in week 1, that was the first 10 minutes of the game, and then week 2 we came in and we saw the comeback from EU.
It's great because it scales based on the situation you're in, right? At Worlds, the first week is good, the second week is bad. We go over to IEM Standard, the first day is good, the second day is bad. Now we get into a single game, we get 10 minutes, and the other 20 sucks. So, I mean, you know, I don't know if, like, our studio is going to blow up, like, partway through the split next time or something. Like, I don't know. But, like, NA really just, like, stamina issues all across the board.
Well, let's take a look at the specific moment in which EU was able to fight back. Let's take a look at that replay where NA is on the tower, but EU realizes, hey, we still have a Dengu comp.
This play is just orchestrated beautifully by an NALCS player. You're going to see Huni jump in here. He just flash, leaps in, 4 people. Absolutely incredible. Let's roll this clip because Huni, yeah, I'm excited for him next, but hold on. Jumps in 4 people. I don't even get that. No, I don't know how many people get 4 people in a Jack stun. And
then former TSM star Kassim comes in with the, like, massive like boom. The ult from Kalista as well. You know, lots of knockups through. And yeah, I mean, this is to be fair, this is NA pushing without double lift. Like, and the thing is, these guys should be used to this, right? Like, most of this team has played a double lift before. Like, half the time he's doing Raptors, this time he's dead, and they're like, he doesn't even have a choice. Double lift can't join the team. Like, yeah, let's just siege into Fog of War, into an Anivia as though it's going to work.
We learned a lot. Although we also saw a lot that we already knew, but it does mean that with that victory, Team Ice, they're on the board. They have 100 tournament points. Team Ice is on the board.
Yeah, but you know,
Team Fire.
Oh man,
I mean, we're on the board. Just
we're there. But you know what? We're down in points. We're used to this as NA. We're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna call some Koreans, and they're gonna bail us out.
Calling a Korean.
We still got this.
Or reverse sweep in the end.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, on that note, we are only just getting warmed up here at All-Star 2015. I know, it's pretty warm already. But when we return, Korea and China will face off with the champions you've chosen in our Pick 10 game mode. Stay with us.
Oh no, he's gonna tell Not again. No, guys, we were just getting over it.
Oh god. 4 kills in less than a minute. But Huni takes a current shot. Double left has got his double kill. And that's it. The rappel comes up, but what goes up must come down. He flashes away. Meteos has the mechanics. Counter-Strike is charging. That's a 4-man stun. Bjergsen's already down.
Let's join him. Hang on.
No, response. It's bad.
Who Huni finds the kill. It is a golden bird of Anivia by Froggen. Afromu is taken out. 100 points to the blue side and Team Ice.